Peter and I are going to fight over this. John's probably going to be on Peter's side, but whatever. Fun story about new privacy legislation. Peter has this not so critical update.
I like how Mike called it a fun story. It's good, Mike. Thank you. This is CEOs make final push to ban targeted ads from Politico. It's really kind of a biased article, and I don't, checking into it just quickly, it feels like maybe shouldn't have suggested this. It's another spin on the fact that the EU is introducing more legislation that makes it harder for targeted ads impossible, hopefully, for targeted ads to exist. They're basically banning ads which are hyper targeted.
So I guess I'm curious, we can set aside the article and still talk about the legislation. Articles, as we have said numerous times, the article is merely a fig leaf on the rest of the conversation that we have here. But I am curious, like, what's biased about the article? Like, why did you say that?
Well, because as you guys didn't hear him say this unless he included it in the recording, but he kind of pointed out that the CEOs in question are CEOs of companies that would benefit financially from this legislation going through. So privacy-focused products like Brave and I think Pirates and probably DuckDuckGo's in there somewhere. That kind of thing.
So going to the headline that the CEOs are making a final push to have this legislation passed.
Yeah, well,
could have been privacy CEOs or privacy companies or whatever.
Well,
Politico writes it in a way that.
But in America, very little gives credibility to an argument than putting business CEOs behind it.
Yeah, it's clickbait. So that's why I don't like it.
It is very clickbait. Thanks, Politico.
Thanks, Politico. God damn it. You're just sinking down to bleeping computers level, aren't you?
Actually, bleeping computer. BC. They bleep, bleep. Bleep, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Bleep computer. That's cool. But I still like it. I know it's kind of like, I don't know.
So just deal with the substance. This law is being considered to ban targeted ads. These CEOs of companies who you like are behind it. What's the downside?
No downside whatsoever at all.
Okay.
Maybe Europe is the place to be, honestly. I'm more and more like looking at maybe considering Europe, but it is kind of a shithole at the same time. So I don't know.
Look, there's a lot of criticism to be had, and fairly so, about Europe and the EU. But privacy and consumer rights are actually something that they're doing. It's quite,
it's just,
I wish I was English.
I guess my problem is it's your privacy is really, it's really important to us, but also like we're the ones violating your privacy the most as the governments. So,
well, it's individually, but not as collectively as the EU. I think.
All right, see you, Mike.
But yeah. Well, we didn't need him anyway, John. Come on, you and me against the world.
This dog is like scratching at my door.
Oh, so you kicked your door? Yeah, we're gonna kick. Yep, there it goes again. Another kick.
Out of here.
Just another Wednesday.
Yeah. He just wants to be on the show.
She does.
Yeah, just include
he has some really important viewpoints on the legislation in the EU to do with privacy rights. I think you should let him have his moment in the camera.
It's a she. God, Peter.
I'm
sorry.
She,
right?
Oh, I
think I heard him say her. Yeah.
No, my pets are such prima donnas. They just want to be on the other side of any door, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, in the EU, I think it's great that there seems to be a focus on the actual people who are using the internet and benefiting from it, not profiting from it, which is great and wonderful. I just wish I wasn't British and was part of Brexit. So depressing.
I don't know. I feel like Brexit was probably the best thing the UK has done. Like,
oh my God.
It's England.
I'm
Brexit,
supposed to be the troll. What's going on?
Europe. It just feels like the votes were true and there was no manipulation of minds and it was just sound decision making all around.
Level-headed, well-informed voting.
I actually think that the analytics company that they used to like make sure that everyone was on the right side of this,
Cambridge Analytica. Yeah.
Was it?
really
I was just going to
great
say
firm.
Cambridge
Yeah, it
Analytica.
was
Was it really
Cambridge
them?
Analytica.
Oh my god!
It was.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
great job, you guys. Really great. You guys did fantastic.
Nailed it.
You know, as a starting point, did their job, got the money's worth. So, yeah, brilliant. Just decades of confusion and distrust, and please, someone give me a European passport. I'm not joking. Yeah. Anyway, Europe as a whole has a good focus on actual. Do you know there's an RFC? You know what RFCs are? They're like the standards that the internet is built on. It calls for request for comments, which is totally misleading. It's actually essentially a standard. So there's a standard for HTTP, the Web Transport Protocol. There's a standard for how DNS works, how email works, how sending email, receiving. For everything. There's thousands of them, and this is how the internet works. It's based on these documents. And there's one called "The Internet is for End Users," and it basically just lays out that the purpose of the internet is not for giant corporations to make shitloads of money and for governments to spy on the people. It's to enable communication. And the whole point originally was that, it was universities connecting to each other. Actually, technically, it was the DARPA, which was a defense project, but whatever. It was first popularized as a part of a university interconnection. Anyway. Point is that there's this RFC that exists that it says internet is for end users, and it's sad that it has to be pointed out.
But it's not what it was then. It was originally designed for communication. Now it's a entertainment tool.
No, I think it's well beyond entertainment. I don't think it's just entertainment because we're sitting here communicating in real time.
Yeah, and it's probably
thousands of miles away from each other.
That's a good point.
Well,
this is
I think it's become an augment to individuality. Not to get deep, but like what I mean by that, not to get like it is attached to us now. Everyone has it. I'm gonna use my phone again as an example.
When you change your background, do your like viewpoints change? Does the way that you're talking change? Because like today's Galaxy Brain,
I have left time and space. I exist everywhere and nowhere.
Oh, you will tell us.
Or I already did.
Have you already told us?
Yes. Have you told us? Or will you tell us?
We'll
find it. Like, no, what I want to know is if you had like a beach background, would you
am I just gonna be leaned all the way back against the green screen?
Dude, I don't care. Chill. Whatever. The internet's just like
sipping a pina colada. Yeah.
Sorry. I interrupted something.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to this point.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we were talking about or what we were going to talk about. Sorry. All right. The bit's dead. All right.
Brexit ads. Who knows?
Brexit. That's right.
Massive
Europe
trolling.
CEOs. That's right. Yeah. Full fraud. All of that good stuff.
I just want to say about the idea of not having targeted ads. Like. So
yeah,
I'm kind of okay with it. If everybody's on a level playing field, but also it's just never going to happen. It's ridiculous to think.
I don't think so. I don't think it's never going to not. I don't know. No, we'll see.
It will.
Where it could happen is if the browser makers somehow eliminate that functionality. That's the only way it's going to happen.
But then apps will be pushed harder, and they already are because of all the extra data you get.
I hate apps.
You get time spent on like infinite scrolling. Like it's the perfect place for metadata harvesting or straight direct data harvesting, because if I stay on a thing for 0.25 seconds longer, then I'm more interested in that. You know what I mean? Just as an example.
Good point.
Isn't it great?
Here's a question I asked the other day on Twitter, and nobody really gave me a very good answer to that. Or there was a couple of answers. When you go to an article on a website and it says it's got like the first few paragraphs like visible, and then there's a
right, and it says keep reading. More.
Yeah, keep reading. And when you click it, it instantly displays. So it's already loaded the text in the background.
I think it's about. I know what you're gonna say. I think it's about slower load, right? Trickling the data in instead of all of it at once. That's
we
my
already
guess.
we have lazy loading. There's like when you scroll down the page.
Yeah, but lazy loading sucks.
Oh yeah, that's true. It does.
I kind of think it's also an engagement metric. So I guess
that's right. Yeah, that's what I said to you. I said, right, that's exactly what I said. That was my comment to you. It was a reply. It was it's not engaging enough. It's not engaging enough for our users to just read the article all the way to the bottom. They have to click.
See, this is the kind of shit that your industry gives us, Mike.
It doesn't make them click. It lets them know if they wrote an article that's interesting enough to get people.
That's what I'm saying. They just want
scrolling to the bottom. So scrolling to the bottom is not an indicator. Me sitting there for 30 seconds, scroll. 30 seconds, scroll. That's not an indicator.
That is the whole industry in a nutshell. Whatever. Okay, sorry.
The other side. No, I don't know.
I don't care about you.
I don't know. I don't care. I've never done that. I'm not saying it does.
I bet you would if it gave you more data, wouldn't it? You would love it.
You'd go, let's put
multiple readballs all through the article.
First thing Mike
exactly where he's going to click.
First thing Mike does, he wakes up, he's like, how many fucking clicks did I get?
Would be useful, though, is if it triggered another HTTP, if it triggered another call so that I could inflate my web metrics. That would be interesting to me.
Right, of course. Just another KPI for old Mike to check box.
100%. I'm responsible for 2 clicks. I'll get them from one guy. Save myself effort.
I quit. I quit. This is my last podcast episode. I cannot stand it anymore.
Fair enough, Peter. We're gonna miss you. As a going away present to Peter, go ahead and click like on this video, just to show your support for Peter.
No, you know what? I'm gonna stick around just to see if I can change your mind, Mike. But click like anyway, because like and subscribe.